Hello, beloved of the Lord. This is Bev Potter. It's November 6th, 2018. And it's election day for the Americans. God bless you all. May God's chosen man be put into office again. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. We all wait with bated breath. So, anyway, to get to what I feel that I'm supposed to be sharing today, I believe that I have been given some more information concerning timing and where we're at, and I would like to share that with you. So, because the last significant day was the day of circumcision, and I felt that the Lord confirmed that it was about circumcision of the heart. Since then I have really felt that I am just going to trust the Lord to do everything He's promised to do and not worry about what I think that I need. It's all about Him. And so that's a good thing. And I've been able to just bring all that concerns me to Him and lay it at His feet and entrust Him with it. So thank you, Lord, for that. And I pray that all that are watching are able to also do that. And if not, it is coming. God bless you. All right, so I was thinking about circumcision, pondering, and then I was thinking about when Mary and Joseph took Jesus to the temple. And in my mind, I was thinking that the circumcision and them bringing Jesus to the temple and getting and him being blessed by Anna and Simeon were all kind of at the same time. And so, but I looked it up because I wanted to see what had transpired at the temple and what Anna and Simeon had to say concerning Jesus. So I looked it up in Luke 2, verses 21 to 39. Explains it. And then, so I'm going to read a little bit of that first. 21. Okay, so on the 8th day, so that was the day of circumcision. When it was time to circumcise him, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he had been conceived. Actually, we know it's Yeshua, which means my salvation. But Jesus told me that He likes it when I call Him Jesus, because that's how I know Him. So if you know Him and He has revealed Himself to you when you've cried out to Jesus, then He's Jesus. And He likes that, because it's not about whether you call Him Jesus or Yeshua, it's about knowing Him, right? That's the important thing. So thank you, Lord. All right, so when the time of their purification, according to the law of Moses, had been completed, Joseph and Mary took him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. It's like, wait a minute, what is this purification? It doesn't explain it. Like, what is that period, the time of their purification? So I had to go to Leviticus to find out what that was. So I went to Leviticus 12, verses 2 to 4. It explains it. So let's just read that. All right, say to the Israelites, so this is the Lord telling the prophet, say to the Israelites, a woman who becomes pregnant and gives birth to a son will be ceremonially unclean for 7 days, just as she is unclean during her monthly period. Okay, so she gives birth, she's unclean for 7 days. On the 8th day, the boy is to be circumcised. So it doesn't say she's unclean on the 8th day. So I think, I don't know, it feels like God's grace, that she gets to go and see his circumcision. So he's circumcised. Then the woman must wait 33 days to be purified from her bleeding. She must not touch anything sacred or go to the sanctuary until the days of her purification are over. So there we have the time period. It's 33 days. Okay. So, because I've been getting the sense that the man-child is paralleling the life of Jesus, I want to know what 33 days would bring us to, right? So that would have been the day that they brought Jesus to the temple. So I got out my handy dandy little calendar here. And you see at the bottom of October, so the last day of October, the 31st, we have circumcision. Then we count 33 days from the circumcision. So we flip over and we see November has 30 days. So that's 30 days. And we count, 1, 2, 3. Can you see what day that is? Oh yeah. It's Hanukkah. Exactly. Wow. When I saw that, it's like, Lord. And Hanukkah, I will leave in the description box a link to Jonathan Kahn does a really good explanation of what Hanukkah is about. But it's the dedication of the temple back to God. It's the dedication. All right? And on that day, after Mary's 33 days of purification, Jesus was dedicated at the temple. Then something else came to me. I thought about the Israelites leaving Egypt, right? So that word the Lord gave me was, we're leaving Egypt. It's time to unplug. That was back in November or December 2016. Okay. All right, so with judgment, we have the day for a year principle, which I explained on a previous video. And I can't remember how to explain it right now, but it's a day for a year. Okay, so in the Old Testament, they had 40 years, all right, that they were under judgment. They were not allowed to enter into the promised land because although they had left Egypt needed to be removed from them, from their ways of thinking, from their DNA, I guess you could say, right? So they had to wait 40 years. So 40 years would be 40 days. So if the man-child was born on Jesus' birthday, and birth is a changing from one realm to another. You know, Jesus said you need to be born again. He was talking about being born out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light, right? And when a baby is born, it's in a realm where it's just surrounded by water, right? And it comes into a completely different realm where it functions in a different way. It breathes air and eats through its mouth and everything changes, right? Okay. So if we can equate birth with leaving Egypt, it could be the day we left Egypt. So if we go back to October again, and we look at the first day of Sukkot, right? All right. So that's the 24th, evening of the 23rd to the evening of the 24th. First day of Sukkot. If we count 40 days from that birth, or possibly leaving Egypt, where do we come to? Well, I'll cut a long story short. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not going to tell you what happens on that day because I don't know what it's going to look like. And I've realized, yes, I can, put out my guesses, but they're guesses just like everybody else. All I'm saying is I believe that's a very significant day. All right. And bits of that verse, Ezekiel 4:44. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to read Ezekiel 4:44. I'm just telling you that's what's going through my head. I am not telling you what's going to happen. Okay, just hang on one sec. All right. Here we are at Ezekiel. I'm sorry, it's not 4:44. It's 44:4. Sorry. Okay. Then the man brought me by the way of the north gate to the front of the temple. I looked and saw the glory of the Lord filling the temple of the Lord, and I fell face down. All right. So, is this a coincidence that these periods, the 40 days and the 33 days of purification, land both on Hanukkah? And isn't it interesting that we have been following the Lord's timeline, whereas the Hebrew calendar is saying that it's a month prior to what we've been looking at. And yet, we're coming to a place where the dedication of Jesus 33 days after his circumcision is taking place on the same day that the Hebrew calendar is saying it's Hanukkah. Is that a coincidence? Or is there some kind of a convergence between Satan's timeline and God's timeline? Just something to think about. Now, quick note before I finish, I'm just finishing this up, concerning that Revelation, I told you earlier, I just woke up one morning and it was like Babylon is falling now. I want to just take a look at that quickly because I'm going to be paying attention to some dates associated with that and just keeping my spiritual ears tuned and asking the Lord to show me what's up with those days. So I received that on Saturday, October 27th, 2018, which is interesting that it was the day following the Friday, but the Friday that I felt to burn the incense that the Lord instructed me to buy and pray. So burn the incense and pray. And we know that that's Revelations 8:4-5. I've got it right here. The smoke of the incense together with the prayers of the saints went up before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and hurled it on the earth. And there came peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. All right. So, Babylon is falling now. Could either, in my mind, I'm thinking either it started to fall Saturday morning, October 27th, or possibly we were in those days, we were in Sukkot. Sorry, quickly here. Yeah, so we were in the middle of Sukkot at that point. But so my guess is that the 15 days either started the 27th of October or the first day of Sukkot, which was the 24th. So let's just count 15 days. So we'll count from, if we count from the 1st of Sukkot, 15 days is November 7th in the evening, which is a new moon and also can be thought of as a day of darkness, which would be tomorrow evening. If we count from October 27th, 15 days is November 11th, 2018, which is Veterans Day in the US and Remembrance Day in Canada. It's also 11/11. I'm just giving you those timings so that we can all pray into it and be seeking the Lord. And yeah, I was going to do the video concerning the church next, but I feel there's a little bit more to come, and I do want to spend some FaceTime like that before I share that one. It is a very, very serious thing concerning the church. And I just don't feel to share it just yet, but it will be soon. It does have to do with judgment and the great deception. But yeah, the Lord will bring out his purposes in all of it. And yeah, he's going to bring the light that people need to make their choice. So that's good. All right, beloved, I am done sharing for today. I just wanted to share those timings with you. So Babylon is falling, and we are in the days of purification prior to the dedication of Jesus in the temple. So God bless you. Love you lots. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.